evening, Rush Nation. Welcome to the 5 Yard Rush NFL podcast. I am your host, the Joel Hewitt, with the heart of gold. I'm here with the off-season champion, Pete Melia, and the other one, Alex. Can't see the woods for the trees. Woods. Colts going to win the Super Bowl. Anyway, on to the... see you next week. God damn. How are we doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Excited. Today's been a wild ride.
What a day. Can we always schedule the trade deadline show to be on trade deadline day? Because we could break some news.
Yes. We have 40 minutes left. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Anything could happen. Yeah, what a time to be alive. And yeah, I just wanted to be the first one to get it out there before everyone starts jumping on the bandwagon and just say that due to the trade today, the Colts are going all the way. You were all naysayers, the lot of you. We've got an episode here. I'm the only one of us that has come onto this show wearing Colts merchandise. I think it was about 5 weeks ago. But yeah, I was right, and history will always see that because I'll only clip out the intro for the show. How you been, Alex? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this weekend felt like it was a really good one, and then there were some points where I'm like, why are we even watching this game?
Yeah, there was some bangers and there was some trash, but save that for later. On to probably going to be the biggest news week that we'll do this year, so let's hit it.
Zazu. Yes, sir. News from the underground.
Zazu, sir. News from the underground. Gosh, I mean, trade deadline aside, there's been some stuff. It's been a week. These really 2 days have been a week. Should we start with? I want to start with Jaden Daniels scatbo in his elbow. That wasn't cool, was it?
No.
I saw the notification and thought, "Oh dear," and then I was watching the highlights, and I don't know how many times I've referenced Hot Tub Time Machine on this podcast, but here we go again. All I was doing was waiting to find out when it was happening. I was like, "Oh, is this the plate? Nah, he's okay." And, is this the what? No, not yet. And hey, look, he made it quite the way through. And then when I wasn't really expecting it, his arm looked like a giraffe's leg. It was not cool.
No.
And honestly, I could feel it when when you're hurt and all you can do is move your leg. He was just kind of laid there, and his leg was just like doing that kind of like, oh God, something's up here, and I was oh dear. So yeah, and then the voodoo around that one as well. So RG3, same yard line, same quarter, same number down. Alex Smith was in that area. Who else? There's been a bunch. Basically, that whole part of the Chiefs Stadium is cursed. So thank God they've got a new one.
So it's just a single, not necessarily an Indian burial ground. It was just one single grave underneath there.
Yeah. And I think just a ghost is like reaching up and just tripping people or doing something dastardly. But that's also the same corner that Jaden Daniels nearly got his head caved in by the ceiling falling as well. It all there was a picture somewhere, and there was just it was like a heat map of things going wrong, and there's a lot. There must have been 12 different incidents all surrounding that area. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's grim. And it's a shame as well because it was right at the end of a game that they were getting blown out. So why was he even on the field?
Didn't need to be.
Why
there.
haven't you been
I've seen two ends of that. Is it them just being stupid and trying to get some points, or was it an example, right? Let's get out here, let's end on a high, take something back into the locker room?
Well, the coach has basically said I was stupid, so he's answered that question.
Well, he's going to say that now, hindsight's 2020,
Yeah,
but also, what do you do when your franchise QB is no, I'm not sitting down.
Mm.
I'm playing this game. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not being taken out. We're going. This is where these fans have paid money to see me throw this football. I'm not sitting down for this. I'll do this. I'll do that. Like, you listen to franchise QB.
Yeah. On the plus side,
Yeah.
the fans don't have to pay any more money now for the rest of the season because they won't be throwing the ball.
It's people are going to stop showing up, aren't they? People, you're getting bums in seats for Mariota on that. And boy, did they open the door wide for the rest of the division to go ahead and get some wins and scream up there, just as Dallas did against the Arizona Cardinals. Definitely just had every opportunity to claw it back a little bit and decided not to. So that one was weirdly fun for me on that one. But hit me with some more news. Go on, Pete. You've been writing these things down. You've been actually making notes.
Before we get to the fun stuff, let's get to some more of the miserable injury stuff. In this same game, they lost cornerback Marshall Lattimore. To be honest, he's not been the biggest difference maker for them, but it's still a miss. He's going to finish the season on IR with a torn ACL, which is really rough. Another sacrifice to keep CMC alive. Mikael Williams tore his ACL. That's the 49ers rookie, so he's going to miss the rest of the season again. But CMC keeps on plodding. A really, really tough one is Tucker Kraft, who's been real bright spot for a lot of fantasy teams and for the Packers, and that's him done for the season as well.
That was ACL as well?
Yeah. So that's, again, another injury, and that's a huge loss for them. He's been Jordan Love's favourite target, which is a real shame. Real shame. Saying entirely sarcastically as a Bears fan. Speaking of which, the Bears, their defensive end Deo Odingbo, who they signed in the offseason to play opposite Montez Sweat, he's out for the season with a torn Achilles. So the Bears have just traded for Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
Great name.
Yeah.
Well done there, because I read it. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Then let's hold fire on the Chicago chat. There's going to be a lot of that this week because people can probably imagine. But yeah, they got him and a 7th rounder for a 6th round. It was nothing really. He was a 1st rounder for the Bucks. Didn't get the 5th-year option. Has barely played for the Browns. He's just been a depth piece, and he'll be a depth piece now because he'll sit behind Austin Booker. Another huge miss. We were worried that Joe Alt was going to miss a lot of time a few weeks ago when he had an injury, and we were really nervous about that after obviously Rashawn Slater went out, but now he is done for the season. Yeah, having ankle surgery, that's really, really rough for the Chargers. That's a big miss for them. And you could see it in the game that their running game could not get going at all, could it? The running game was awful. Cost me quite a bit on my DFS team when I got Kamani Vidal in on the cheap. Who else is injured? CJ Stroud is currently in concussion protocol as well.
That was a rough. I was expecting the Lance arm from that one. Honestly, when he went down, I thought he was just like ghostly and just be touring a little bit. And they were looking like pretty sharp as well. To be fair, the Texans, I didn't mind them this week. It's I found them to be a bit of a difficult watch, but they were sort of interesting for them for once. And I don't like seeing anybody. Concussion's the worst one for me. Like stuff tears, all right, fine, that can heal and stuff. Your brain hitting the inside of your skull too hard, that's a bridge too far for my liking. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and Cole Kmet went out as well this week with quite a bad concussion as well just before halftime, and he missed the rest of the game. So we'll see how bad that is. But I think he's going to be in concussion protocol for a few days. They just look scary, don't they? When somebody comes down and they don't know where they are. It turns your stomach just as much as a funny arm position.
Whenever I think of a concussion, all I think of is the scene from the Will Smith movie. I don't know if anybody caught it or anybody has seen it.
Pursuit of Happiness.
No.
To explain a concussion,
The Legend of Bag of Ants.
I think he puts a pickled egg or like a hard-boiled egg in water in a glass jar and then shakes it.
Yeah.
And the noise that it makes when it hits the lid, he explains that's your brain every time. And that sends heebie-jeebies down my spine still to this day.
Yeah, the NFL didn't like him very much for that, and I think that they paid somebody to stop him from getting an Oscar, because clearly he was in his Oscar run, ready to try and pick up some roles to get one, and that was the one where everyone was like, God, if it wasn't for the fact that he was pointing out the $1 trillion NFL industry, he'd probably be a shoo-in for an award here. But no. Can't have highlights of that all over the internet. Thank you. Nobody watch it. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. I still don't know what that was called, and all I can think of is stupid Will Smith movies that definitely isn't like Aladdin, the Guy Ritchie movie. Oh God, of course it's called Concussion. It has been a day. I'm not going to lie to you. 41 has not landed on me very well so far. So yeah, we get to laugh about concussions for a little bit there. Good work, Pod. Are we done with people being hurt?
Yes. The only other little bit of news before we get to transfer madness is Aaron Glenn is keeping the QB decision close to his chest. So who knows whether it's going to be Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor? And frankly, who cares?
That's my point, man. Is that like we've got such a newsy day? Is that news? Is it news?
Yeah.
Is it that Aaron Glenn's just waiting for an email from Woody Johnson, or is it that like he's like, oh, I'm not entirely sure. Let's keep it together. Let's be cautious. I want them both to be in a good mindset. No, he's waiting for an email from Woody Johnson. Woody's going to tell him. It's going to be like it's Tyrod this week.
It's like there's a film I saw with I can't remember what it's called. It's a Bruce Willis film where he finds one of his workmates sleeping with his wife. So he takes him outside and says, "Right, you've got a choice. Do you want to punch in the face or in the gut?" And that's choosing that quarterback. Which one are you going to have?
Punch the whole 9 yards.
Punch in the gut.
I was just trying to think of an obscure. Like, if people keep saying I'm not sure the name of the movie, I'm going to go as obscure as I can do. So it's the whole 9 yards with Matt Garrett. Face punch. All right, let's. I think we're quite ready for what we just jump into it early. Topic of the week. Cooking that in there. I call it saucy trades for obvious reasons. Let's start with the headliner for the 2025-2026 Super Bowl champion Indianapolis Colts. The heel turn of me on that this today. Sauce Gardner, man. Like, I like that dude. I mean, I've said more than once, I enjoy watching the Jets. I appreciate, the how bad they are. I've just always had a bit of a soft spot for them. And Sauce was rookie defensive player of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
He was, and twice.
It was him and Breece Hall both got the rookie awards, didn't they? Was it Wilson? I don't know. But Sauce, definitely a great move by the Colts. 2 first-rounders, and they got rid of the guy that really should have been a Jet all along. Yes. Like, it feels like a Jet move to just drop the ball on the 1 yard line as you're about to score, doesn't it? He's welcome. They're like, you clearly you're wearing the wrong jersey. They're like, come on, chuck him in. 2 first rounds, great. I mean, they got him in the first round, so you've doubled what you've done there. I guess they're not going to win anything. It's kind of to let him go. It's like taking the horse with the broken leg and shooting it just to put it out of his misery. This is them shooting Sauce Gardner in the head. God, they're just gonna keep winning, aren't they?
This week. It's been funny watching the responses kind of going on Twitter. It's not called X. With the Dan, what's it called? Dan from ATN, just basically going through the 7 stages of grief with just different gifts since it came through. And there's a very strong vibe of I never really liked her anyway from the Jets fans. There's been a lot. Well, it's not been that good for the last 18 months. Well, your team haven't been very good, and the team were 3rd overall in defense last year, I think.
Don't want him.
So he is good, and it's a great move. It's a really good move for the Colts. Obviously, they're seeing their window and seeing a very up and down season from basically everybody else in the league. There's a lot of consistency, particularly in the AFC. So go for it, and it's not expensive at all in terms of $25 million a year and league minimum this year. So it's not a bad cap hit either, which is great.
Yeah, it's rare. I don't think I've ever seen a team in the position that the Colts are in to then make moves to better themselves even more. They've not rested on their laurels. Like you take Washington last year, Houston 2 years ago, in free agency, or not free agency, by the trade deadline, they weren't out there making like monster moves. Here, the Colts have clearly, doing well and going, we could still improve. And like you say, now is the window is there. God knows what's going on with the rest of the league. Let's just do it. Let's go and win now. Like, what else do you really need at this point on that team? I can't think of a position where they're really struggling. Run game's good. Pass game's good. They've got one of the best corners in the league now. Defense is doing what it needs to. The punt is well rested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alex, give me a sideways look.
I take your point and I raise you Harry Roseman.
Okay.
With the Eagles. Like, you say there is no other team that is in that window that's ready and making themselves better, and then now you've got the Eagles.
Yeah, and I was more talking AFC rather than NFC.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And in my defense, I was thinking the scrappy team that nobody expected to do very well to then continue to make moves. But yeah, no, the Eagles continue to do so. I've lost where they are in here, but has anyone got what they've been doing?
Loads.
Right. Go on.
They've signed Jalen Phillips, the defensive end for the Finns, for a 3rd. They've got Michael Carter from the Jets, the cornerback, and they got Jair Alexander from the Commanders. Alexander's a big name. He's not a big player anymore, so he's just a depth piece. But they've still got 10 picks as well. So they're giving up loads of picks to get good players and to strengthen, and they've just still got absolutely tons of capital because they've traded away players at the right time. Howie's he gets a lot of credit, and he should, because he's very, very good.
Yeah, in 2026, they've got 8 draft picks. They've got a first, a second, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths. And they could also get compensatory picks for having Milton Williams traded, which obviously that would be a 3rd round pick as a contemporary pick. And Josh Sweat, that could be a 4th. And then obviously they also traded Mekhi Becton. That could be a 5th round compensatory pick as well. So they could get more capital on that.
Who's letting them get away with this? Where no one's looking at them, and then all of a sudden this just hoarding all of these picks.
Well, the internet has been on fire because, again, it's the Eagles. Again, it's their bye week. Again, they're just making moves before this trade deadline. I've seen Packers fans want to absolutely just blow up their franchise because they thought that this could be the year that they top the Eagles. They go there, they get something, and then the Eagles do this, and they don't have an absolute chance now. The Eagles are stacked in many, 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 many more ways.
And the funniest thing about this as well is that the Eagles have gone to the 1 seed in the NFC on their bye week.
Jesus.
They've gone up without playing. That is as good a bye week as it gets, really, isn't it?
Is that because on their bye week somehow the Cleveland Browns lost? Is that I know different area. I'm just thinking karma wise, somehow Cleveland still managed to lose, which means somehow the Eagles still managed to move up a spot.
There's just the scales of fate between the two.
Yeah. There's some blind skeleton somewhere like just holding up like two like weights. Yeah. Like hit me with some more fun stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's been a 3 hours, and we still got 20 minutes.
Shall we talk more Jets? Because there's lots and lots of Jets. They are the
If
stars.
there are any left.
There are. Give it half an hour. There might be more. There's. They traded Quinn and Williams has gone to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So
Wore my Quinn and Williams jersey this week. Sealed his fate. That's cool.
He's gone for a 2027 first, and it will be whichever is the better pick out of the Cowboys and the Packers.
So the Cowboys.
Yeah, basically. A 26 second, and Mazzy Smith, the DT at the Cowboys, has gone back the other way to kind of replace the player. Like for like in terms of roster, not like for like in terms of quality by a long shot.
Has anyone checked on Mazzy Smith to see if he's okay? I wanna like give him a hug and be like, hey, look, sorry. I know that the Cowboys weren't doing anything, but now you also play for New York. Sorry.
But
should have been better.
But now also you're trading Dallas, where everything seems to be popping off post-COVID, and it's one of the most like busy and bustling and new cities that are really developing in America. And now you get to go and live in Jersey. So good job, bro.
Yeah, and a horrible, horrible state for tax, if I'm not mistaken. That's why everyone hates getting traded, not just traded there, but drafted over there, because you have to spend, give them a lot of money, which would suck for him. So yeah, thoughts and prayers to the Mazzy Smith family for A, having to go to Jersey, and B, from losing a third of his paycheck to sit on a 2-7 Jets team. Are they 2-7? 1-7. I gave them too much credit there.
They're making the right moves for a rebuild. It makes sense. They've got a lot of draft picks now, so they could go out and they could draft really good players like a Quinn and Williams or a Sauce Gardner. They could get players of that quality if they're lucky.
They could. If they trade Breece Hall, they could draft a Breece Hall.
They could. And that's the other one. It's really, you kind of have to check your sources now, because there's a lot of rumors going around. The other two trades potentially are Breece Hall and Jermaine Johnson, the defensive end. So Breece Hall, apparently they're looking for a third rounder. You're not getting a third rounder for half a season loan. When his contract's up at the end of the season, you need to sign him to a new deal. And people don't like paying for running backs as it is. So why would you give up a third rounder for a couple of months? I just don't see that happening at all. But there's talk of that happening, and Jermaine Johnson as well. They're looking for a second rounder, I think. From the Jets' point of view, they need to trade Breece Hall. It would be silly not to trade Breece Hall.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't. If you're rebuilding, you don't pay expensive money for a running back second contract. It's just not the right move. Jermaine Johnson's cheap. He's very good, and he's at a premium position. I don't see the benefit to trading him unless you can get an absolute haul. And I don't think he's in that tier where you get a haul. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out over the next 17 minutes.
Has Breece Hall already been in the league 4 years?
Yep.
Yeah, he was injured for like one of them, though, wasn't he?
Wow.
I think his second year, was he out?
Yeah.
Yeah, had a phenomenal rookie year, second year out, and then last year, obviously, he played with Aaron Rodgers, and now this is his fourth.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I've just realised I have 4 Jets jerseys, and none of the players play for them. Yeah, I've got a Quentin Williams and Aaron Rodgers and a Tim Tebow for anybody who wants to know, and then a fourth guy whose name I've completely forgotten. It's just a classic Reebok one.
I've got a Mark Sanchez Jets jersey. With bloodstained Mark Sanchez Jets jersey, and that's not a joke.
I mean,
yeah.
You've got like in your wardrobe, you've got a really dark Halloween costume.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to get appreciated in York. Somehow.
I don't think it would do.
I just explain it. Just hang on with the sweets. I need to explain this because it's really good.
Let me just find the news story. Let me just find it. Let me just stay there. You'll laugh. Yeah,
it would be the lock screen on his phone, so it doesn't have to explain it. He just flashes his phone up and it's there.
I've not resubscribed to the Athletic. Give me a minute. So a couple of others to jump in there as well.
There's a couple that I really I'm looking forward to you bringing up. So let's see what you choose next.
Okay, a minor one there because we've just been talking about the Cowboys. They are they've picked up Logan Wilson from the Bengals. The linebacker.
That was the first one that I saw drop today. Yeah. I was like, oh, and no one cared.
No, it's
I felt
good for him. He's been a good player, but if you can't get in the rotation for this Bengals defense, I'm pretty sure a traffic cone could get a job at linebacker for this defense.
One of them tall ones, though, not just like a save your parking space traffic cone. We still want the height and weight of the motorway traffic cone.
Yeah, because they've got the right colour scheme as well, so it saves on jerseys, and we know the Bengals are cheap, so it's good. Double whammy.
Yeah. The baffling thing was that everyone thought this was Jerry's big defensive player.
Yeah.
Because Jerry said yesterday, "Oh, wait, we've got something coming. Something's coming, everyone." And then Logan Wilson came, and we were like, "Jerry, are you actually? Have you lost it, man? Are you actually okay? We've been thinking you're crazy all season long, but this is the mad one." And then they traded obviously for Quentin Williams, so we were like, "Oh, okay, maybe Jerry's okay. Maybe Jerry's."
I love that Quentin Williams move, by the way. I've been preaching a little bit that they could do with somebody in that position, and I like Quentin Williams, Jets and that. I was surprised to find that Quentin Williams was still on the Jets a few weeks ago because he seemed like the kind of player that would have been traded last year. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, decent for that. And yeah, Logan Wilson. At least they got that news out first and early, and then the internet could do their thing and be like, Jerry, come on. God bless him. Who else is out there?
Couple of others. The Jacoby Myers has just gone to the Jags for a 4th and 6th.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I'm actually really pleased about because I drafted Jacoby Myers, being all like, I see this. I know what's happening here. He's gonna be good. And then the Raiders didn't do anything, so now he's a Jag. I'm like, okay, let's ride this train. He's going into my my fantasy lineup, not because I'm in bye week hell. Absolutely not. But he's definitely starting this week. Or I hope they're playing this week, or is he part of the bye week hell? Let's have a look. What are the Jags doing?
Jaguars.
Yeah.
Ali? Good.
If we also go back to the very first episode of this podcast, the three of us predicted Jacoby Myers would not be a Raider.
Look at that. We were right.
Because he wanted a trade in the off season.
He did,
and he's now got what he wanted. Now, obviously, what was it? Probably the Jaguars that he was always after. Probably not, because I'm still not 100% on those guys. I still think
I swapped. Remember,
weird. You did, yeah.
You heard it here first.
I'm not entirely sure Trevor Lawrence is the guy, but we'll wait and see. Another weapon like Jacoby Myers, maybe he could push the boat into kind of Sam Darnold territory.
Yeah. Hey, that is no longer damning with faint praise. If he can push the boat into Sam Darnold territory, he's cooking, my friend. Yeah. Darnold is on fire.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he?
He did.
Again.
Yeah, we might come to that. But it's timely as well because Travis Hunter's on IR, isn't he? So they need some help over the next
corner.
Weeks.
I mean, if they needed help at wide receiver, why didn't they throw the ball to Travis Hunter
or Brian Thomas?
Brian
Just
Thomas is
huge
perfectly,
numbers to elite
Brian
talents.
Thomas is also there, yeah. Give you that.
Do they have the best? Well, maybe not the best. I'm giving too much praise here to already forgot his Myers. But they've got now with Myers there, like they're pretty stacked.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a good room as well, and they've got a decent rookie tight end as well, haven't they?
Yeah. Not one of them is like, oh my god, we're gonna have to double him, but not one of them is any slouch. Like you wouldn't be as surprised if one of them went for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, but you wouldn't expect it every week.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've got them 3 on the field at the same time, with somebody as creative as Liam Cohen has shown to be when he was at Tampa, I think they can do something. They can do really interesting things as they try to split that coverage. And if people are particularly on teams that try to go man, it could be really, really difficult for them. So that should be really interesting.
ETN and Tootin just out there. ETN can like catch a pass out the backfield. With a slightly more competent quarterback, they could be really dangerous.
Or with a slightly more competent offensive line.
Yeah, that could have been a better move than getting another receiver.
But if you've got that, it helps focus the mind, doesn't it, in the offseason? Right. We know in the first round we're targeting tackle, we're targeting right guard. We'll just focus on those line positions, and we can make big changes and quick overtime. I mean, they're 5-3 already, so it's not like they're doing terribly as it stands.
Yeah, division ain't too bad as well. Outside of obviously the Colts running away with things, although the rise of the Texans could be an issue for them. The Jags Texans could be fighting for that wildcard spot in week 18 or whatever it'll be. I wonder if the scheduling gods have given us anything as good as that. I'm going to have a look while you.
Isn't it? It's often divisional game, isn't it? The last week.
It always is. Yeah.
The other. Another trade, which is a really interesting one, I think, is Rashid Shaheed, probably one of the best or one of the better deep threats in the league.
Ding, 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 ding. You, sir, have triggered this week's New Orleans, Louisiana ethical tank moment, brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts winning the Super Bowl. Love to see it. Love to see it. Take a pretty phenomenal downfield talent and give him away. You just can't write this, can you? Like, just don't throw him the ball. Throw him. Yeah. Over to Sam Darnold, who hear me out. I feel like we should have picked him up. I'm looking at Sam Darnold, much like I did Baker Mayfield, going, what could have been? Interesting one. Look, I was caught myself looking at Shaheed highlight reels, like when it dropped on the Soch, and I was like, God, yeah, no, he's good, isn't he? What I am mostly surprised about is that it wasn't Olave. I can't understand that there was so much buzz around Olave going somewhere, and somehow we've snuck in Rashid Shaheed going over to Seattle, where he's now gone from a completely ethically tanking team to top of his respective division. Yeah, so good move. And now they are. Look, honestly, I had them 4th in that division. I've never been more wrong about the Seahawks. I quite enjoy them. It wasn't a thing. It was just I thought they've got rid of a bunch of pieces. It looks like they're doing a mild rebuild. DK is gone. They let Geno go, and they brought in Cooper Kupp, who is at the back end of everything that he can do. So now I wonder if they were like not competing and then went, oh, we've accidentally girl boss too close to the sun here. We could do with a little bit more help. And like pick that up. I love it. I'm excited to watch the Seahawks week on week now at this point. If only they didn't play every game on that coast and usually be stupid late games.
Yeah, and they are they've got Darnold, who is the best passer in the league on deep balls, and they've given him one of the best deep ball targets. So it might eat into some of Torrey Horton's targets, but I think I mean, Shaheed should absolutely cook. I think it's going to be very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that because Seahawks have got a genuine chance of being the 1 seed in the NFC. They're playing that well at the minute, on both sides of the ball. Which is,
but I'm just looking. It's a weird weekend actually because the Seahawks have got the Cardinals, and the Rams have the Niners. So that division is all playing itself this coming week. Seahawks are 6-2, Rams are 6-2, Niners are 6-3, Cardinals are 3-5. So try and strengthen it, Seattle. Go for it, and if nothing else, sneak a wild card. I don't even think it'll be a sneak at this point. I had 3 going from that division. I say it every week. The Seahawks weren't one of them, but good move. Anyway, good work, New Orleans. I don't know what we got for him. I assume it's peanuts.
It was,
but
they wanted a 3rd, and that's what they were shopping him for all week. They got a 4th and a 5th.
Yeah, well, fair enough. That's okay. We're ethically tanking. We're rebuilding. Good times. Well done, New Orleans. And that was your ethical tank moment.
And I think that is all of our trades.
There are 4 more minutes. Should we just sit here in silence and see what that comes through?
Just twiddle
everyone open X, Blue Sky, TikTok. Sleeper is where I get all of my notifications. But
so
I think that might be it.
Obviously, the parameters that have caused from this, and the one team that obviously everybody's looking at that have offloaded a lot are obviously the New York Jets, and those are the guys that are really causing everything. So their future draft picks after today's trades, they have 2 first-round picks in 2026. One is their own, one will be the Colts. They have 2 second-round picks. One will be their own, one will be the Dallas Cowboys. In 2027, they will have 3 first-round draft picks.
And wow. Yeah, somebody online, I think it might have been Albert Breer, made the really valid point of, well, you've got that many picks, you could use that to trade for a legitimate starting quarterback. If you've got a team that's not doing very well, it's got a really good quarterback, Bengals, you could use those picks to go and get Joe Flacco.
Excellent. Good swerve. Thank you.
To back it up, their cap savings that they're now doing by offloading all these players, in the rest of this year, they're going to save $625K. 2026, they're going to save 1.25 million. In 2027, they're going to save 23.7 million pounds.
Yeah,
in cap. So that immediately, if you want your rental of a quarterback, there, 2027. That's your season. The pitch just said there. That's your season. You've rebuilt it. You've got 5 first-round draft talents, and 3 second-round draft talents there immediately. Amazing, great. Top 60 players in 2 years of drafts. Now, obviously, this year is not great for offensively, but you've just got rid of half your defense. Next year might be good for offensively if I'm reading the college game correctly. I might not be. I might be getting it completely incorrectly. But this is what the Jets have had to do because Aaron Rodgers brought all of his friends, and the Jets front office gave them really, really, really happy contracts. And we're like, yeah, you're going to push it over the top. Yeah, this is going to be great. We might make the playoffs. Everyone's going to be really happy. We'll do anything for you, Aaron. And then, they've had so much dead cap space. They kind of have had to make all of these trades.
Yeah. I tell you what would be an interesting one to look out for at the end of the season. If they've got this, they've got the cap space and the flexibility, and they've got those picks. I wonder if they try and make a move for someone like Kyler Murray. Because there's potential for him to move on. He's less of a risk, and he's shown that if they can invest in the line and they protect him well, he can play. He can play if he's well protected. So that could be quite an interesting move for them. And they can't draft to save their life. So what's the risk? And they've still got Fields there for another year. So if he can be Kyle's backup, they actually complement each other quite well as a 1-2.
And it's also like whenever you play Kyler Murray and you allow Kyler Murray to do Kyler Murray things, he is box office, which is what they want. They want box office football. It's what Woody Johnson wants. He always wants to be the big dog in New York and be the guy that they go to. The Giants have taken all their thunder this year with Scatterbo and Dart. They've taken all of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in the off season the Giants volunteer for Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
I really wouldn't be surprised if that happens, simply because then you've got more on Scatterbo's rebuild, rehabilitation. You've got more on Jackson Dart. You've got more on this team and Malik Neighbors as well. And just to go, right, we're ready. We just need that one final piece. And whatever their draft pick is, which is going to be a top 10, let's not beat around the bush. They could then build on that and go, this is our next future. This is this is that, this is the other. Really develop it. Like made a face as something happened.
There is another trade that's just happened.
Wait.
For the Chargers.
Breaking news. I made breaking news banner, so I had to quickly get it.
Because we said Alt's gone, Chargers have just signed Trevor Penning from the Saints as well.
There we go. Look at that. We managed to break actual news on the podcast. That was the first.
Sure, it was going to happen.
And it was part of the second New Orleans Louisiana ethical tag moment of the day. So, like, good work there. It was a bit of a whimper at the end. I thought we might have got out with a bang, but nice. I assume that maybe some things can get done, signed on the line, and have not been reported yet. There's like a grace period as such.
Yeah, normally the agents are mouthy enough that they'll just get it. They'll want to get it out as quickly as possible
Straight away
because they want their name on the release. And
they did. They got it. They got the NFL podcast by 5 Yard Rush. They got that shout out. Oh, Alex has got a big wide face.
I'm just reading Trevor Panning's PFF grade, and I am over the moon as a Chargers fan. This kid is insane. Like as of week 10, he's got a 92.8 PFF grade. He's got 94.7 run block. He's only allowed one pressure on 27 pass blocking snaps. And he is really, really good as a right tackle. Immense.
Yeah, he was a first round pick. Saints picked him up as a first rounder at tackle. He's been playing a bit of guard, a bit more guard recently. But if he's got that flexibility to play both, then that's always a massive help.
Yeah,
don't know what the comp is at the minute. It's literally just a minute ago.
All I can tell you is Justin Herbert is literally dancing around the room with Madison Beer in his arms, and he's spinning and jumping and going, woo!
Yeah, and look, he needed a bit more protection. He's been hit way more than he should have. So yeah, that's just one of those like solid, good moves, well played. I hope that the Saints manage to get at least a bag of peanuts for this one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because if he was drafted 22, 23, 24, this will be the last year of his rookie deal. So there's still a 5th round option as well for him if the Saints want to pick that up. If Chargers want to pick that up next year, if they don't see it, it's just a loan. So that could be interesting.
The Chargers have the 3rd most cap space in the NFL next year.
Boom. So they can have Alt and Slater and Penning in there as well. That's exciting for them. Yeah,
if Alt and Slater are the same player when they come back. That obviously was before. Obviously, he redid the same high ankle sprain, and we saw that during the Titans game. But it's whether Slater comes back the same. And the really interesting thing is that they've drafted on that right side, which is obviously where Slater is the one. So it's just in case.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, we've hit the trade deadline for now, so let's talk a little bangers and trash, shall we? It's tune. Love it. Yeah, week. I'm just kind of blown away with kind of like with the fact that we've had like cool news stories, and now we're gonna have a bit of a chat about the week gone by. But such is the life of this thing. I'm just gonna start because I've only managed to put one thing in, so I'm just gonna start on a low. I've just written down dads with a Z. and specifically sports dads, and very specifically Papa Odunze, a random fan tweeted out, "Oh, I hope he gets traded to somewhere it'll be thrown," and Dad Odunze gives the little like pinned emoji and retweeting this thing. Firstly, what are you doing? You're on social media looking at random fans talking about your son and agreeing. And I know my dad would be doing exactly the same, and I know exactly how he would be holding his phone. He would open his flip case and he would hold his phone like this, and with his other hand he would be scrolling vertically and thinking, I'll retweet that. Glasses all the way down on the end of his nose, doesn't even need them, but like full Homer Simpson, just really, oh yeah, no, he makes a point there. Dads, give it a rest. Like, you've already nearly ruined Baker Mayfield's career. Odell Beckham Sr., you prick. Like, it's just, to be fair at the moment, it's kind of wide receiver dads is where I've got my problem here. Yeah, look, he tanked his own son's career and Baker's at the same time. Luckily, Baker is better than that and continued to do well. Fine, OBJ won a Super Bowl. That's not the point I'm making here. Just stay out of it. Deion Sanders, I'm wrapping you up in this one, actually, while I'm at it. Like, you didn't need to be, like, talking a lot about that other Sanders kid. And I've just kind of had enough. If I'm any front office, I'm going, I do not want Rome Odunze on my squad, even if we did need that receiver, because all I'm going to get is this from his dad if I don't do what his like armchair GM is going to do. So trash, absolute trash. Leave it alone, like sports dads.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works. Williams' sister's dad, he was a prick as well, but like they did okay. But you know, other Will Smith movie. That's two.
That's what he got the Oscar for. That was the trade-off.
That's the one they got the Oscar for. I love it when things just come all the way back round.
Yeah,
that's the stuff.
Also, if you want to go full thing of like why Will Smith also thought the Williams sister dad was terrible, they named the movie King Richard. Now, if you shorten Richard in a well-known name, what do you get? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to specifically say it. It was a very, very good choice of what the movie was going to be. Just saying. Will Smith, really love you. French Prince, yeah, absolutely. Really well there. I've seen you in concert, pal. Like, I went to the Scarborough gig where you were at. Absolutely. Much respect, man. Much respect. Please don't come for me.
Alex is currently getting jiggy with it. We'll just give him a moment. Yeah, actually, we've also got a Bears dad as well. Caleb Williams, your dad was a problem as well. Let's just stay out of the business, shall we? Smarter, more highly paid people than you know what they're doing.
Yeah. Poles is just doing a TED talk to the team as we speak, just saying, can you do a favor? Can you just take phones away from all of your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Just tell them to knob off.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Has Tua's dad been in anywhere?
No.
It feels like he should have been. But respect to Mr.
He's the one that should have been saying, look, my son's brain is like a cocktail shaker. Can someone...
Yeah, have you seen the Will Smith movie? The
egg. His dad's saying, don't play my son. Please just don't play my son.
Please stop playing my son. Could Tua end up in the Jets? That feels like a real Jetsy move.
I mean, normally you don't trade in division, but it's Tua, so that actually might help the Finns.
And it's the Jets and it's the Dolphins. It's like your two idiot cousins deciding to like swap pogs. Looking in Alex's eyes to see if he knows what a pog is. Nope. Okay, we did it. We did it, everybody. So that is it on my trash list. It was that much that I just needed to have. I should have given myself the one on this one just to trash dads. But there we go. I'll save that one for Father's Day, where I'll bring this one back. Both Father's Days, actually. I know. I think we have the same ones. I digress. What did we like? What did we not? What was your bangers and or trash? Alex, hit me.
I want to just absolutely ruin a specific football game, if that's okay. I don't want to like ruin one team or another. Both teams are in this. The Lions Vikings. First of all, Lions, how did you lose that game? Jared Goff, absolutely legit. 25-37, 284, 2 touchdowns. That's a winning touchdown. That's a winning quarterback performance. That is clean game.
Sure is.
Absolutely sound. JJ McCarthy, 14 out of 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. That's a losing TD quarterback performance. That's not good. That isn't good. But yeah, we've got Vikings 27, Lions 24. Who won this game for the Vikings? It wasn't Aaron Jones. It wasn't Jordan Addison. It wasn't their defense. Who won this game?
What happened? I'm now actually looking now. It just is nothing. It's just absolutely...
That's my point, man. It's just nothing. There is absolutely nothing. The Lions were accurate. They scored a touchdown in the first, second, and fourth quarter. They had a field goal in the third quarter. Should have probably won the game. The Vikings somehow scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. How did that happen?
Just witchcraft, absolute witchcraft. And it's another thing on the Lions. They go from looking... I don't know how a team that looks that good that often have lost 3 games. They feel like they should be top. They should be 1 seed in the NFC, and they're in a wild card spot. It's bananas. Absolutely bananas.
I feel a little bit vindicated. Like I did give the Lions drop off that I kind of like stand behind. But yeah, you are right. They have been playing out their minds. They shouldn't have any losses. I mean, there's a few teams like that, obviously, like Kansas and Baltimore, both, should be doing way better. The Lions should be doing way better. But that's how the Colts have snuck it. That's how I think the Patriots top their division, even though the Bills have only lost 2. And the same goes for the Steelers. Are still doing really well. The Broncos, Broncos is kind of an outlier. We like it, but it's not expected because of the Chiefs, obviously. So yeah, don't know what's going on with the Lions. I assume it's just that kind of like JJ McCarthy return hype. That's how it kind of felt. And he wasn't very good. But that doesn't matter. There's still 2 receiving touchdowns. I was just looking. Hawkinson got a TD revenge game. He was a Lion at some point.
He was. Yeah,
he was.
Yeah.
He was a Lion. He was a Lion. They traded him year 4 before like everything, and then they drafted Sam Laporta because they drafted Sam Laporta. They traded him, and they were like, oh well, we've got a 6'3" monster tight end that's really good. Hang on a minute, we just drafted this kid that's 6'4". Actually, he's better. So they got rid of Hawkinson. It was a questionable move at the time, but Hawkinson's a great TD tight end. Really great. Really, really great. Arguably top 5 in the league.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bizarre game. Great game. And there's a lot they had a real opportunity as well with the Packers losing as well. And I mean, they're one of my trash, so I might as well just jump into that at the same time.
Roll into it.
Again, the Packers on paper are phenomenal. They're such a good team. They've got talent everywhere. They've got so many weapons, but they were awful this week. And before the season, I hyped Jordan Love up. This guy he's got so many weapons. He's super talented. He can use his legs. He doesn't use them enough, in my opinion. Doesn't run enough. But then he just has games where he just looks an absolute dud. And against the Panthers, I mean, they've lost. They drew with the Cowboys. They've lost to the Browns and now the Panthers. These are teams.
That's what I was just checking my notes on. Teams that have beat Green Bay here. It just says the Browns and the Panthers.
Yeah. And I know they're beat up. They lost Matthew Golden in this game. They lost Kraft.
I could beat the Panthers, Pete.
The Panthers now have the same record as the Chiefs.
Playoffs.
Weird.
Alex
I've
was all
seen
like,
that.
he gave me a lot of guff for giving the Panthers a playoff push in the offseason. He couldn't believe it. I think he stormed out, if my memory serves correct.
I was very, very angry. Yeah.
They're overperforming to get to a middle of the table team, but they are better than we thought. Obviously not better than what you thought, but better than a lot of people thought at the end of the season. But they shouldn't still be losing to the Packers. I was really disappointed with Green Bay in this, but they left the door open now because the top of that NFC is 5-2-1, 6-2-1, 6-3, 6-3. I think, or 5-3. I keep forgetting what the numbers are now. I've lost it. But you've got 3 teams on the same win total, and then the Vikings 1 behind as well. So it's a really, really close division, and they should have been pulling away. They're not making the most of those opportunities, either of them, which is a shame.
Yeah, we've got Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks on 6, and then Packers on 5. Weirdly enough, they're still showing above Rams and Niners have both got 6.
Because they're not division.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, the 5-win teams are Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, Carolina.
Yeah,
Right.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
How much of that win was down to Rico Dowdle,
though? Well, it's weird, isn't it? That I think I had him in one of the bangers as well, so might as well just roll into this and just carry running with it because he looks incredible for 2 weeks, and then Chuba came back like, no, we'll go back to a committee, and we'll give Chuba most of the characters, and everybody that's ever watched football was like, why? He's really good, and he's on fire. Just let him do it, and it didn't work. And then, all right, fine. Brought Rico Dowdle back, and then 140 scrimmage yards and a touchdown. And just absolutely 2 touchdowns, 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. That job is his. Chuba is the 1B at best now because Dowdle never looked this good. It's been weird for running backs, hasn't it? He didn't look this good in Dallas. Javonte didn't look this good before Dallas, and yet both of them have massively improved. But yeah, he's a fun player to watch, and he takes a lot of the pressure off Tiny Bryce.
We said it last week, didn't we? We said last week, give him the job. Stop. Yeah. What are you doing? Stop this silly committee. And again, it's big companies listening to what we've said.
Yeah,
they're out there scooping us.
Just follow, man. Just follow the pod. See what we say.
Absolutely. Yeah, you ain't wrong. What you got this fine day, Alex? What did you enjoy? Have you got any bangers?
Yeah, James Cook's amazing.
Oh, isn't he?
Yeah.
How good is James Cook? Before this season, you went, oh yeah, James Cook is pretty good. It's okay. Yeah, he'll get 100 carries this season. He'll get 20 carries a game. He'll be the guy that is in the trenches for the Bills, and he'll really do well. But you don't look at him. You look at the weapons that Josh Allen has, if he has any. You look at what Josh Allen does with his legs. You look at what Josh Allen does with his arm. But holy moly, all I could watch during that Chiefs Bill game was James Cook. And that's saying a lot with the talent that's on that field. But James Cook, is he RB1 yet? That's my question. Is he the best running back in the league?
Rico Dowdle, right?
Okay.
Dowdle, and it was Scatterboo, so until the obvious happened. No touchdown from Cook this week. I was a bit annoyed just because he was in my I had a treble on 3 touchdown scorers, and he was right on the line. And I think twice Josh Allen just like snuck it for himself, the selfish man. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, there's a reason that they paid him when he did the hold in. I was watching him on Hard Knocks I agreed with him. I think everyone agreed with him. I think it was just taking them time to work out the best deal for him. He was never going anywhere. He probably could have practiced, but it looks like he didn't need it because every single week he's just out there being a team player. You gotta respect that, especially in a team where Josh Allen does have. They make up all sorts of stats, don't they? So they've got something to show on TV, but it's like 8 consecutive seasons with X amount of rushing touchdowns or whatever it is, or he's surpassed Cam Newton at something or other, as long as it was on a Thursday in November. But yeah, for him to come out and just be that consistent, and he's been there a few years as well. Like, this isn't like a rookie breakout or anything. What, we in season 5?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, credit
you talk
to him.
about running, about how good he is. The Bills are the number 1 running team in the league. They lead the league, and he's on 108.4 yards per game.
Jesus,
that's bonkers. He's only about 30 yards behind Jonathan Taylor, who people are talking about for MVP, and he's played one less game.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Where's Derrick Henry, by the way?
You don't want to even talk about that man. That man is
he taken the past month off? I've not heard anyone mention him at all.
They didn't have the greatest game this week. Yeah, which we'll probably come to relatively soon.
Yeah.
Go on. Just roll into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go on.
Well, I think you had it on yours, didn't you, about the Steelers via the Colts, Alex? So feel free to jump onto that one.
Right again, I had another one. Like, and I said this at the beginning of the show of like how there were just some games that were like awful and some games that were really, really amazing and really incredible. This Steelers Colts game was both. It was both amazing and awful, because it was great because you saw Aaron Rodgers actually be Aaron Rodgers again, and it was awesome, and it was all that lot. But also, Daniel Jones was the Giants' Daniel Jones. Like, some of this stuff was just embarrassing. There were at least 2 throws that I'm like, dude, just get rid of it. 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 Like, punt this thing. No, I'm gonna be Daniel Jones. I'm the Colts quarterback. I can get this. I could do this. No, Dan, you can't. You can't.
Nothing says Halloween like turning back into a pumpkin.
Ooh, that's good. That gets clipped out. That's nice. And on the week that I turned back, onto the Colts and jump. Well, I'm not really on the bandwagon. I just like Sauce Gardner. I was watching that game and I was like, nah, I've got something to talk about on the pod. And then they went inside Sauce. So I'm like, well, fine. Let's glaze the Colts a little bit. I was ready to be all like, the wheels have finally fallen off. And I've said that every single week. So this week, where the wheels actually did fall off, I opened with, they're going to win the Super Bowl. So I'm trying to reverse psychology on them a little bit there.
But like, if you're looking at the statistics of the game, it is solely the turnovers that killed them. It is that's all that we're looking at. They still bettered the Steelers in total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play. They still absolutely dominated the Steelers in this aspect. It shouldn't have been closer than it was, but it was close, and it is right. So the question I asked in the run order that we obviously do in the sheet that we work off is: are the Steelers good? No. Were the Colts really bad this week? Yes. That's all it is. It's not like oh my God, yeah, no, the Steelers are a really resurgent Colts team and are top of their division. Oh my God, how have they done that? No one knows. No one has a clue. They are the Vikings of this division.
Yeah, there's nothing more Mike Tomlin than winning a game that he should lose. He loves playing spoiler. He is the Aka killer. He's the assassin. That probably works better written down.
We'll take it. Trademark it quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Bizarre one. Just circling back a little bit to that James Cook one. Interesting stats. He got the bag last year he had 1,009 rushing yards in 16 games. He's played half that number of games this year. He's already on 867. Which is,
they reckon when people get paid, they drop off a little bit because you're not like playing for the money anymore. You've got paid, so you can like ease off.
yeah,
Apparently, James Cook didn't get that memo. He's like, no, I've had enough of this. We are going for a Super Bowl, and he's going to be so disappointed when the Chiefs knock them out of the playoffs, isn't he?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know, it was KC Buffalo, which was a banger, and Buffalo did what we said Buffalo would do, and they won that regular season game. And they're going to feel really good about themselves. And there's going to be a lot of highlights from that shown in the pre-game of the playoffs when they inevitably go against each other and Pat Mahomes spanks them again.
yeah.
Sunrise, sunset. Yeah. Grass green, sky blue. The Chiefs knock the Bills out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just one final thing on that Steelers Colts game that I did forget. The Steelers special teams coach in the fourth quarter did something that I've never seen before, and I don't know if any of you have. He kicked the ball out of bounds on purpose.
For what reason?
So because then it would have been a penalty, and that would have moved the kick to the 50. The NFL rule is out of bounds kickoff placed at 25 yards from the spot. So it was the opponent's 25 yards. So no risk, no return, no thing. They just gained 15 yards just for the sake of kicking it out of field on purpose.
Okay.
That's clever.
Big brain move. Like it. Yeah.
That's great. Oh, nice, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
That was my little tidbit of the week that I really liked, and I was like, "Oh, I saw that. That was cool." And on the Steelers Colts thing, they were fully explaining it, fully deep diving, and going, "This is so amazing. This is the best thing we've seen." And they were like really, really excited about it. And then Twitter was like, "The Steelers were funny," and that's literally it. That's the last bit of those guys.
Keeping it high. I've seen it was the top of your list, but Cam Little, 68-yard field goal. I'm also going to just add on to this. The day after he got that kick, he got his letter through to have a drug test.
Yes.
You did it. You broke the record. Let's just check, shall we? Did 70 in the preseason that blew everyone away, but obviously there's no pressure there. The probably isn't being rushed at or anything, so obviously that doesn't count. But to do it in a game that matters and to hit 68, I think Chris, my cousin, texted me. He was just like, 50-yarders used to be impressive, and now we're not really impressed by 60-yarders anymore. You can hit a 65, we're like, oh, nice one. So like it's crazy the kicking game. Like, how far back are we going to get? Because none of the kickers look superhuman, and I know that there is a big deal about being able to prep the ball before they get there now, which has been like a massive thing. I watched a whole video on it from like Brett Coleman, and that's going to make a difference. But I think we're going to get a 70, aren't we, in the next like couple of years? Because if there's one thing I know about this sport is that they love talking about records and breaking records, and they're that field goal one has stood for a long time. You sent a picture of the dude that only had half a foot that had the original, like, what was it? Was it 67 that he had?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was 67. It was less than that. It was 50, 58, something like that. But he had it for about 30 years, didn't he? Till I think maybe until Tucker. Can't remember how long it was. But it was a long time with his bizarre, like a field hockey stick. His
clubfoot, yeah.
Which was brilliant.
Yeah, good times for kickers. Alex, as our residential like kicker fan / critic, just had a good time with that one.
Yeah, I think we'll get 70 this year.
Yeah.
This year,
I think this season, like, because now he's done it, and as Pete has written in his thing, it was good for 70 yards, but it wasn't just over the bar. It was good for 70. I think now they'll go, Cam Little, he made that 70. He can do that. We've got that in our back. We'll pull that out. So yeah, Absolutely.
Walk off 70-yard field goal in the playoffs.
Just
get the win.
Absolute swagger.
Yeah. Doesn't even look.
Although
kicks it, walks off.
Yeah.
Explosion behind him.
Although I do have a kicker thing, and this is our weekly college football talk. So again, I do see some college football. So there we go. I don't know the Alabama kicker's name, but I did see that Nick Herbstreit absolutely went mental at this. The Alabama kicker had not got long johns on. He was only wearing shorts, and everyone went absolutely mental. Like, and when you say shorts, like he was dressed as if he was a soccer player, he was a football player, but obviously the NFL shorts are skin tight, and it didn't have long socks. He didn't have anything. He was just wearing his cleats, shorts, and his stuff, and he looked mad. It looked absolutely crazy. Herbstreit was not having it. He was fuming on the air. And then he then went and made a 58-yarder like it was nothing, walked off. Absolutely, there you go. Alabama didn't even win that game, but it was still funny. And there we go. Other Alabama news, obviously Nick Saban retired last season. They've already lost 5 games since he's retired, and that was the whole that they lost under Saban. So there you go. There's the other little tidbit that is there.
That's wild. I think the thing with the Jags now should absolutely, and to a certain extent, the Cowboys should moneyball this and just go, right, invest everything in our defense, because as soon as we get a turnover, we're in field goal range. So we're pretty much guaranteed 3 points. Just play really safe offense, go ball hawk defense, because we can just moneyball, just low score, just keep chipping away with 3-pointer, and just wear people down. You obviously go for the touchdowns, but you know every drive should be a 3-pointer when you've got a kicker like that.
How many possessions a game do the Jags get? Because then if you just like multiply that by at least 3, like you're talking pretty decent numbers. I can't see the stat here, but yeah, you could probably get away with. They definitely have the ball more than 10 times, don't they? So you're talking 30 plus.
10 to 12 possessions per team is the average for the league. So 30 to 36 points. Just from
even if you said 30, you're clocking 30 points without ever having a touchdown.
Yeah.
First round of my draft next year, Cam Little.
Yeah. I drafted Brandon Aubrey this year, and I'm living La Vida Loca.
Oh, nice. Yeah, not bad. I bought into the Ravens guy far too much, and it's just perfectly fine.
Tyler Loop.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah. I think I've got him in like 5 of the 9 leagues that I'm in.
But
he's fine. He's doing all right.
He's not doing that great just because the Ravens have been rubbish.
Yeah.
It's not even his fault. Just
I mean, he's had a season that would, if it was Justin Tucker, everyone would be like, yeah, well done, Justin. But it's Tyler Loop, and everyone's like, oh, who are you, bro? Who are you? Which is why Cam Little and Brandon Aubrey are getting like good stuff. And hey, the kicking game, as we've said, is great, and long live the kicking game. But there are still people that are missing like 30-yard chip shots, and it's still embarrassing.
Yeah, Carlos Santos. Yeah.
Speaking of being embarrassing, segue, you've got the Broncos trash. Quote, win a game normally, stop being boring. Go on, Alex.
Am I wrong? When was the last time the Broncos won a barn-out thing? Or was the most interesting game that we've seen? Oh, actually, that was it. When they got battered 70 points by the Dolphins. That was the last time they were interesting.
Whoa,
New York was pretty good.
Last week was very interesting.
Yeah, fair
play.
That
bonkers comeback.
Yeah, it's that. But like, can we decide whether Bo Nix is going to be box office or Bo Nix is going to be a snoozer? Because I'm currently getting bored of this flip-flop kind of stuff from Sean Payton. Can we decide whether he's going to throw it a million times a game or we're going to play ultra defensive stuff? I'm not buying into this full, we're just going to play situational football by each team. No, that doesn't fly in this NFL.
You're just not going to get it in the regular season, man. Like the playoffs is where it's going to get real fun. he's just playing to make the playoffs. And when they do, that's when it starts being like the fun things. At the moment, it's just try and stay ahead of Kansas City however you can, or as close to, and just keep at it. And war of attrition, just keep plodding along. It's going to be wild come the playoffs, or they're going to do exactly what the Vikings did and just fold in on itself like a fly in a cupboard.
They feel like the 24 Chiefs, don't they? Where they've got the talent, they keep winning these games, but they're not as fun to watch as you want them to be or as you expect them to be. The defense was amazing. They didn't allow a touchdown for the fourth time in 9 games this year. They've not allowed a single touchdown. That's bonkers. I mean, the Texans defense was excellent as well throughout this. This was 2 really, really good defenses going at it. So the Texans did well to just get a final touchdown and 2-point conversion, wasn't it, at the death, or later on, at least. But yeah, that to just allow field goals was really, really impressive from them. But I would like to see something a bit more exciting. When you get Sean Payton and when you get someone like Bo Nix in, you want a bit more excitement. A bit more.
Yeah. The caveat to your stat, sorry, Pete, to completely, absolutely just ruin it completely. The caveat to that stat is those 4 teams that they played that they didn't allow a touchdown have been the Texans, the Jets, the Bengals, and the Titans.
Yeah, fair.
You can prove anything with numbers, Alex.
Touche. Bengals as well, won't it?
Yeah, let the good times roll because they've got the Raiders this week on Thursday night, so I'm not expecting a touchdown.
I think I might end up placing a anytime touchdown bet on the Broncos defense.
Ooh, yeah, I'm going to. I think we'll get that double. I think we need to just do the classic service, and I'm just going to do the odd one of these and one of these. Do that, but I'm going to make that. We are here for you, Pete.
This is a wonderful segue. So from going from 2 teams that played really, really good defense to 2 teams that didn't have any defense, I could do an entire bangers and trash section on this game, and I'll try to be succinct. So I think a lot of people have covered this. If you haven't seen the Bengals v Bears game, go and watch it. Go and watch it in its entirety, particularly if you've just missed this weekend, you've been away or something. Go in cold and watch it. This is the type of game that if you know somebody that you think might like NFL, or you've talked to them about it and they've never really watched the game, show them this game. It had everything. Really, really high scoring. Lots of weird, obscure penalties so you can teach them the rules. Touchdowns being called off because somebody stepped out of the end zone by half of their foot and then stepping back in for the Bengals. The weird rule on the pick 6. Tremaine Edmonds had a 97-yard pick 6. And normally it's down by contact. If you complete the pass, somebody touches you, you go down. But apparently when it's defensive or an interception, as long as you're touched on the process of going to the ground, even if you haven't completed the pass, that counts as down by contact, which was why that massive 97-yard pick 6 that would have completely iced the game got ruled out. The star of the game, there's a few, but Kyle Monungai, absolutely. I was a bit worried on this game. I thought I'd said beforehand he'll do well, but he is a 7th round pick. He was only starting because Swift was injured, and he has been the 1B there. He was an absolute monster. 176 rushing yards, 22 receiving yards. He didn't get a touchdown, but he destroyed them. He absolutely battered them all over the field. And the best bit is the 7th round pick that the Bears drafted him with, they got for trading Khalil Herbert to the Bengals for a few-week loan as a backup at the end of last season. So the Bengals paid for that smushing, which was really, really nice. And he was...
They're going to build the wall and they're going to pay for it.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because like the Bears at the beginning of the season, they couldn't stop the run. They were getting torched and they couldn't run the ball themselves going into the bye. It was really, really bad. Coming out of the bye, they've been superb at stopping the run. They can't stop the pass because of all of the injuries. And they've been great at running themselves to the point of they're now the second best rushing team in the league. They lead the league in explosive plays, both running or combined for rushing and receiving explosive plays. They're second best for rushing. They're just running all over teams. It was 250 odd yards. Britton Brown came in, an ex-Raiders 7th round pick. Never had an NFL carry in his life until he came in for one series because Monungai got banged up and he did a 22-yard touchdown run. It was just electric. Joe Flacco threw for, I think, 962 yards. It just, every time he threw the ball, like as soon as the Bengals got possession, you knew they were going to score because the Bears had no answer. It was like that week 2 Lions game. They played so well on offense. T. Higgins was a machine, made some catches that he had absolutely no right to. You had Bears playing with 2 quarterbacks on one play. You had a flea flicker where Caleb threw it back to name escapes me, the backup, Tyson Bagent, who then threw it back to Caleb for a run. Caleb caught a touchdown from DJ Moore. Roma Dunze dropped a touchdown pass in the end zone and dropped another pass from Cole Kmet. So of his 3 targets, 2 of them were in his hand and he dropped them. So shut up, Rome's dad.
I was just looking at like Chicago passing. So Caleb Williams, 20 for 34. Tyson Bagent, 1 for 1. DJ Moore, 1 for 1. Cole Kmet, 0 for 1. But
yeah.
that's 4 different people in your passing game. It's crazy. On the other side, it's Flacco, 31 for 47, 470 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah. Andre Josefas looked like AJ Green. He looked so good against this defense. And despite all of it, it's nice because a lot of the talk has been Bears are only winning because of the defense and turnovers. No, the Bears won despite their defense. They still had 3 turnovers. Rashawn Wright caught the Hail Mary at the end for one of them. There was a forced fumble from Austin Booker. And Tremaine Edmonds got that interception on a goal line stand. But just a phenomenal game, a really exciting game. And I really want to relish it because if the defense plays like that against anybody else, I just don't see how we keep up. I don't see how the Bears can keep up against any other defense. But also, there are very few teams that have that many good weapons as T. Higgins and Noah Fant and Jamar Chase and Yoshi.
Chase Brown as well.
Chase Brown, and we talked about that running game. Chase Brown got loads of receptions, only had 40 rushing yards this game. Didn't do anything in the running game at all. They couldn't get anything going, but they didn't need to. Their drives lasted about 4 seconds, and they just went 70 yards in those 4 seconds and scored a touchdown every single time, it seemed.
Can we talk about the last drive?
With yes.
Caleb and then Colson Loveland. Can we just talk about that? Because for me, as not a Bears fan, and Joe can chime in and say that as well, Caleb Williams gets a lot of guff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of guff. He's not the one. He's not the guy. He's not this. This drive, he proved he could be.
Yeah. And the thing is, he's done that time and time again. He did it to seal it against the Packers in week 18. He did it a couple of weeks ago to get us into field goal position. Last year, he did it against the Packers when we ended up having the kick blocked. He did it against the Vikings to get us to overtime. He did it against the Lions. And then I can't remember if it was a blocked kick or something happened at the end, but he got us into position. And I can't remember exactly what happened, but he thrives in those Don't overthink everything. Just go down there, play hero ball. We need to get down there. We need to get down there quickly. If he can get into that mindset for an hour, he's unstoppable. Because and he is playing really well. He is. He gets a lot of stick, but he's playing very well this year. He's a top 10 QB in most metrics. And the offense is working because of it, and he's still developing. So yeah, he's shown repeatedly that in the clutch he can step up, which is why I think so many Bears fans are excited and tantalized by it.
I know I invited you in on that one, but I'm cutting you off now. You've bared enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was good though, and I appreciate it. I like the look in your eyes when you start talking about a fun Bears game. And yes, everyone, if you have a spare 3.5 hours, go and watch the entire Bears game from this weekend before the next week starts. That's definitely a thing. I mean, let's keep the good times rolling. Like, I've got nowhere to be. What else we want to talk about, fellas? I know there's still a list of like all sorts of good stuff.
I'm going to go straight on to waxing lyrical about the Seahawks, because we talked briefly about Darnold earlier on. Mm-hmm. Seahawks under Mike McDonald are officially and statistically the greatest away team of all time.
Wow. Since
Mike McDonald took over as head coach, they've won 11 out of 12 games on the road. They are an absolute, and that was with Geno Smith and Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Who, like I said, we were worried that it was just the Kevin O'Connell effect in Minnesota. I think a lot were, and they were slightly concerned that he wasn't going to be able to keep it up when he got here, and he really has. He's been superb. And on that same thing, you've got to look at JSN as well. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's played 8 games. 6 of them, he's had over 100 receiving yards. And in one of the others, he had 96.
He's number one receiver, isn't he, in the league?
Yeah. In the last 4 games alone, he's had 32 receptions, 546 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. That is insane. He even had a carry this rushing yard for, I think, 12 yards. Rushing carry, so 140 scrimmage yards this weekend. He is exactly what we thought he was going to be when he was drafted.
Also, he's really tired, and now they've got Rashid Shaheed, so that's going to be an absolute problem.
Yeah. And Torrey Horton showed up and looked fantastic this week as well.
Yeah, so he did. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, I think, for Horton.
2 touchdowns. Yeah. So they're cooking, and like I said, that's why I think I can see them pushing for that first spot. They've got a brutal division, so if they do get it, they've earned it.
Yeah, but they've got the Cardinals this week. Cardinals haven't been looking bad, but it's that, and then the Rams. God, that division's going like back-to-back weeks against themselves.
Yeah.
So this week they're all going against each other. The following week it's Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Cardinals. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. And that's week 11. The next week they've got the Titans, so it starts to ease off a little bit in week 12. And I'll just look at week 13 and see whereabouts we're at. Vikings, and that's like flip a coin. We'll just, I guess, see what happens with JJ. Revenge game. Every game's a revenge game if you look hard enough. Or not even that difficult, to be fair. Yeah. But no, that's good revenge one because of obviously Darnold. I hope he goes in and smushes him. And like at the end, I want him to scruff JJ's hair and say, "Good try, kid," and then just like walk off into the sunset.
Just flick a cigarette out across the field. Yeah, on that Cardinals defense as well, they were weirdly incredible last night.
It was all about it.
You saw that Cowboys game, just bonkers. 5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 2 of them they recovered, and they got an interception against a Cowboys team that have been, say what you want about them, but offensively they looked good. Pickens looked really good yesterday before the fumble. And they've got CD back, and Dak's been playing brilliant, and so has Javonte. So that was a real surprise, and another probably nail in the coffin with how they played for Kyler, because they've played quite well with Brissett, even if they've lost the last 2 games.
Yeah, I can't work out the Cowboys. I was thinking they must be like injury riddled or something. There has to be something, and I'm looking at it, and they may be the most healthy team in the NFL. I can't think of a single position where it's like, oh yeah, but they're missing such and such. And now they've picked up obviously Quentin Williams over there as well, so they've strengthened that already completely healthy team, and they're in a division where now look, Washington are out of it. The Eagles are obviously going to win it, and the Giants are out of it. They just can't. I don't understand. I don't know, and I refuse to put a Cowboys game in any of my accumulators going forward because I just can't work out whether or not they're going to cover the spread, whether they're going to like absolutely smush somebody, whether they're going to lose against the Cardinals with their backup quarterback. Like I just don't know what is going on over in Dallas. And Jerry don't care. The money's coming in. People are talking about him. That's all that he's thinking about. Alex is on mute somehow. That's good. You don't usually get that outside of.
I have no idea how that happened, but it did. Stephen A. Smith said on the coverage of the actual game, I see an offense that's prolific, that can win the Super Bowl, that can defeat anybody, but I see a defense that is the worst defense I've ever seen. And now that's Stephen A. Smith, and he's Stephen A. Smith.
Bit much.
He likes doing all that, but this time he's actually not wrong. The Cowboys defense suck, but this Cowboys offense is great until they apparently meet a competent defense.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've said it before, but Flus he got a head coach job on the strength of his qualities as a defensive coordinator. He had the Bears in a season where they were awful as second in the league for turnovers. So he's shown that he's got capability as defensive coordinator, but something is not gelling here with him and that team, and it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. They are talent poor, but a lot of NFL teams are talent poor and do better than whatever this is. Very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Very bizarre. Right, I know we've got a lot of stuff from this week, but we are running quite long. I reckon that we go into a little bit for the week coming ahead with a bit of pick 'em and fun. Yeah, I wanted to just like have a look, get some like highlights of what's coming up this week, because I always like to know what you guys like to watch. I didn't have time to update the sheet or anything, so I'm doing this kind of on the fly. But S Black still at the top with now 90. Oh no, was he at the top? Yeah, he still was at the top with a 92-43 record. He's up there on his Todd. Well played there. And as far as the podcast goes, Pete, you and I are tied 11th. That's just what we do with one apiece. But Alex is catching up with 79. I don't know what he did this past week to do that, but
I got 10 right.
10? I'm not allowed to do anything daft like that. That feels like too many. I mean, I did 9 apparently, so that's not too shabby.
Yeah, the one guys that let me down this week were the Indianapolis Colts.
Of course they were, because that's how it goes.
The Steelers were one of the underdogs that I'd picked this week. I couldn't obviously pass up that opportunity, so that was quite nice to land that one. Sneak the upset, Atlanta over New England. Just all right. Moving on to this week. I've been having a flick through and underdog wise, the ones that I've got, and that depends whether they still are as I get around to it. I've got the underdog Patriots to go over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and there was another weird one. The Philadelphia Eagles are the underdogs against the Green Bay Packers. as well.
Yeah,
Which
because it's in
threw me
Green
a
Bay,
little
isn't
bit.
it?
Yeah, but it's still the Eagles, and like I just watched Green Bay lose to the Panthers. I don't care where you are. I still can't understand how the reigning, defending, fighting champions that have now just made a bunch more moves that have week in, week out looked pretty decent, and probably could beat both the Browns and the Panthers, maybe even at the same time. Whereas Green Bay didn't. Like the home field advantage for me only goes so far. So I'm not feeling that. Game of the week. Good God, am I excited for this one? It's the 2-6 Cleveland Browns versus the 1-7 New York Jets. That man, do I love it when two rubbish teams go against each other, and it's always the Jets, and then it depends who else they've got. But trying to out worsen each other to get a better pick. This is just, it's absolute gold. I cannot wait to see what the hell happens. It's a 6 o'clock game, which means it's nice and early. Really set me up for the rest of the evening. That's the one that I'm going to keep an eye on for sure.
Poor Tyler Shook, second start, and he's about to face Myles Garrett, and they've just traded away Penning. That's good, isn't it?
You're in the wrong area code here, man. It's Cleveland, New York.
Oh, sorry, I think it's the Cleveland Saints. Sorry, you're talking about bad teams that are zoned out.
Saints Panthers, where the Panthers are going to smush New Orleans. That was one of the other ones that I was like keep an eye on.
We discussed a couple of weeks ago teams that never seem to play each other, but I always feel like we have a Browns Jets game like every year.
I think we have to. It's one for the fans. Like to at the midway point of the year, you've got to see who's more likely to get the number one pick. So you've got to like chuck that one in there, and I absolutely love it. Is there anything else I'm going to be watching? Nah. Everyone else can carry on. No, I'm lying. Arizona, Seattle. If I want what should be quite a good game, I think that that'll be good fun. Seattle have favored 73% to 27%, but I could see Arizona, based on what they've just been doing, having a fun time with that one.
And Brissett has now just been named starting QB.
There it is. Kyler Murray should have got traded an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As an upset for me, I think it's only a minor one, but I think Jacksonville beat Texans as well.
Yeah.
I think they'll do them this week, even though it's in Houston. And I think Cam Little will put 18 points on the board from from his own end zone.
There we go. Little by little. Get that on Oasis. Sort yourself out. You gotta make some bank.
Yeah, amazing.
Alex, got any underdogs, overdogs, 1-3?
Well, we already mentioned the Patriots, but Buccaneers. That's game of the week. Really, that's game of the week material. And for me, it says 44-56, but I think that's a lot closer than that. I think that's a flip of the coin kind of thing. I really do. I think either one of those teams could take it depending on what it is. Obviously, Drake May doesn't have really anybody that he can throw to, but not as Baker. And the other one that
the Patriots make any moves today? That one's throwing me a little bit, actually.
The other one that could be an underdog thing, just because it's Shanahan McVay, is the 49ers versus the Rams. And McVay just can't seem to get one over on Kyle Shanahan for some strange reason. He really just can't seem to do it. But that's a really big underdog, and we just don't know, because obviously we've discussed the 49ers injury record just all over the moon. But both of them are 6. The 49ers are 6-3. The Rams are 6-2. That's a really interesting game as well.
Yeah, and I really like the look of Ravens Vikings, because Vikings, you don't know who's going to turn up, but they're getting better and they are improving, and so are the Ravens. The Ravens have looked really, really good since the bye week. They seem to have sorted them. They've got healthier, and they seem to have sorted themselves out as well these last couple of weeks. So I think that could be a bit of a barnstormer as well.
I've got a funny feeling the Ravens are going to go on an absolute tear and win every game for the rest of the season. And we're going to be like, oh, okay, they lost 5, but then they won 12. Like the end result will be a 12-5 Super Bowl contender. And we're like, oh, yeah, it was just a bit of a, injury here. Somebody couldn't play there. We're shaking all of that off now. And we've gone undefeated for like 10 solid games.
Well, it is doable.
Both of those teams will be 4-5.
It is absolutely doable because the Ravens, after playing this Vikings team, they've got to play the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals twice, and the Steelers.
Yeah,
and that's their next ones before they play the Patriots in December, and then we're like, oh right, well,
then they're 9-5.
Yeah,
they're
9-5. That's a difficult game. Then they've got the Packers that follow that. We don't know the situation where the Packers are going to be because we don't know whether they're going to be up or down. And then the final game, they've got the Steelers again. So, I'll call it 13 wins. They'll probably have 13 wins by the end of the season.
Madness. Utter madness. What a time to be alive. God damn, I love this sport. All right, well, it is 10 p.m. and I think we probably could continue talking for another hour on everything, but people are going to get sick of us after a record 1 hour 41 minutes and 39 seconds. So thank you very much, chaps. I look forward to this every week. Cool outro saying.